Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm Lex Gray. This is the Lex Gray Show. What we're going to do is play the solo adventure in the first edition of Star Wars DS, the original role-playing game for Star Wars by West End Games. So there is a solo RPG, solo adventure baked into this edition, and you have a template character you can start off with. So I know the very basics of Star Wars DS. But fortunately, the solo adventure is a good way to learn more. So let's go to the table and give it a go. So here is the first edition of the book. All right, a little adjustment to the camera there. So now you guys are not looking into the sun. So here is again the first edition. We have our character that you copy from the book itself. I've got some D6s here on standby. So let's go through the book here and we'll get to the character creation because our character we need to copy is here. And luckily, I got our character copied. He is a smuggler. His name is Rourke Garnett. He's basically a Han Solo kind of character. He is 6 feet tall, male, 180 pounds, 28 years old. Physical description is pencil thin mustache, leather jacket, jeans and boots with the fur, good shape, blaster in worn leather holster, as expected. And again, all the stats are copied over from here. So we have 5D plus 1 for blaster, which is D6s in this game, 4D plus 1 for his dodge, 5D plus 2 for starship piloting, 4D for bargain, 4D for brawling, and that is it. We have one force point. The background of Garnett, Mr. Garnett, is printed from the book. Again, this is a character template. And not going to read the whole background, but basically it's similar to Han Solo. He owns money to a Jawa. He owns money to a, let's see, where is he here? Uh, yeah, in pretty deep debt now. It says borrow money from a mobster, a real slimeball king, and yeah, Jabba the Hutt, basically, kind of mobster. Personality, you're tough, smart, good looking, and cynical. You're a fine pilot and good businessman. Mostly, you want to hit the big time and be left alone. A quote, I don't have the money with me. And then you have connection with the characters. So, items, equipment, we have a stock light freighter, heavy blaster pistol, a comlink, 2,000 credits, standard, 25,000 credits in debt with the crime boss, with Jabba the Hutt-ish character. So, that is our character straight from the book. Again, Rourke Garnett. There's a picture from I think Return of the Jedi, judging by those clothes. And this is the bare bones section. Gives you a hit and run explanation for the rules, which I read through before recording, just a little refresher. Again, I knew of the basics of the games, the D6 pool system, but this is where we want to focus for the roughly half an hour I have to record here. Again, this week's been very busy, but I want to do something RPG related. So I will do a part two most likely because this has about 40 or 50 plus options for this. It is a short one, solo one adventure, but just in case I go overboard, um, I will obviously be reading everything and we'll be rolling dice. So it may take some time. It may split into two or more episodes. Just a kind of a disclaimer there for you guys. So, uh, Regina Kale, if I'm pronouncing that right, is the title of this. So we will read it together. There's Luke there for some screen time. So, excuse any of my mispronunciations. New Baxter rotates rapidly. The sun and seven moons move at visible speed across its purplish sky. The sun sets slowly behind the regional Cali NM class Imperial attack transport, which casts its long shadow across New Baxter twisted vegetation. You study it from your hiding place, a dozen meters distant, shivering slightly in the chill air. Okay. The landing ramp is open, and for a moment unguarded, you bolt from cover, running across the clearing, dash up the ramp, and into the darkened cargo bay. Star Wars, a role-playing game, usually requires a game master and at least two players. A solitary adventure lets you play by yourself. I have no idea what that means. Never before on my channel have I ever played an RPG by myself. To play this adventure, you need a pencil, paper, which I guess would be ideal. So in case I need to write notes down, I have one nearby. Um, and a sample character template, which we have here of Garnet, printed on page 8, which is further back. Begin by reading the section labeled 1. Each section describes a situation and asks you to roll dice or choose a course of action. Depending on what you do or roll, it tells you to go to the other section. Go to 12, for example. Turn to that section and continue. When you're told to write something down, write alarm triggered, just jot it down on a piece of scrap paper. So I will most likely need this. Don't want to draw on the book, so this will be handy here. And the adventure will tell you that you're finished. After you complete the adventure, try it again. This time, make different choices, see how they affect the outcome. You're playing the role of Rourke Garnett, galactic entrepreneur and adventurer smuggler. Your ship, the Dorian Discus, sounds like a leg injury, was making an unscheduled delivery here on the planet of New Baxter. When it Baxter, when again, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it. When it was forced down by Imperial customs cruisers. The Dorian Discuss crash landed in the forest nearby. The regional Cali, an Imperial transport showed up with a bunch of stormtroopers who started combing the area. Comb the area, Spaceballs joke there. They wounded and captured your companion and co-pilot, Hawk Caro. Okay, so I'm going to write that down here. Uh, rescue Hawk Caro. Okay, companion, co-pilot. Let's see, companion. Ah, we're Doctor Who all of a sudden. Co-pilot. That's why we are feeling like we're missing something from our hearts. Okay, you don't give two hoots about the Empire or the Rebellion, but there's no way you're gonna abandon your friend to the tender mercies of uh, Imperial interrogators. You trail the ambushers and your captive buddy back to the regional Kale. Kaylee, your only plan is to find Hawk and get him out. After that, well, there'll be time to worry about that later. You hope. Last hope. A new hope. Okay. All right. So we start here on 1. Now, something I could do, if necessary, is just do this little tracker here. So this is where, uh, if I remember, I'm going to keep this little tracker here. And once I reach the end of this video, which will be again within a half an hour, I'm going to use the little character sheet as a bookmark for myself and just state in the video where I left off in case I lose track of this. So, number 1, once inside, you look for Security Council. Where are they keeping you old buddy? Without the R2, you'll have to bypass security on your own. You lean over the console, study it, chew your nails, then punch a few keys in rapid succession. You're using your security skill. You did not allocate any extra dice to security, so your skill code is still 2D plus 2. So again, it's within knowledge, I'm assuming. This one here, 2D plus 2, or actually technical computer. Yeah, so most likely here, security skill. Yep, there is. Security is defaulted to the attribute. Now, in this game, skills override your attributes, but for this case, we have nothing filled in, so 2D plus 2 is our standard, the same as your technical attributes. So see the example character, which we have here. So roll 2 dice to see how well you do. The difficulty number for the skill is 5. Okay, so we're going to take 2d6 here, and we're adding a plus 2 to our roll. So we rolled a 5 total plus 2, that's 7. So we are successful in that roll. If you roll die roll 5 or more, go to 2. Okay, 2. Phew. No alarm. The monitor says prisoner in infirmary, command deck room B12. Okay, so I'm going to write that down if necessary. B12, infirmary. And Let's see. You get to the affirmative security code out of the memory banks, calling up a diagram of the ship. You choose the most direct route and move out. Alert the for wandering. Stormtrooper patrols go to 4. Looks like 3 would have been the failure. Yep, 3 was the failure. Okay, let's move this over slightly. 4. We're at 4. There we go. Okay. I wish that I bought this at a local game store. I wish it was painted, like these dials are painted, but it was not painted for I got it cheaper for that fact. Okay. Across the corridor is the grav tube. To the command deck, you hear approaching footsteps, but no one is in sight. You should stay hidden or dash for the grav tube and hope you aren't seen. If you sprint for the grav tube, go to 5. If you stay hidden, observe. What would Han Solo do here? If he's in a rush, I mean, we did dash in the first go, so let's look at our character. Personality. You're tough, smart, good looking, and cynical. Smart is the key word there, so that's going to help with our choice here. So we're going to wait. I think it's smart to wait. Stay hidden and observe. Go to 6. That probably would have cost us the whole session, but I'm going to give it a go here. A stormtrooper walks into the room and stands by the grav tube with his weapon ready. You wait several minutes, but this trooper shows no sign of leaving. That's my fault. So now we gotta wait for this guy to leave or to take a smoke break, or I have to, well, shoot. If you shoot the unsuspected trooper, go to 8. If you try to bluff your way past the trooper into grav tube, go to 9. Okay, so let's do our shoot. Let's have some fun with the rules here. So go to 8, which is here. If you have not written trooper wary, go to 28. If you have written, whoops, did I skip a beat? We're at 4. I choose to go to 5. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was skipping ahead here. 5 is right here. 6 is I'm all over the place. My mind is a blur today. 6. Oh, you're right. Okay, Stormtrooper. I skipped ahead. Walks into the room, stands by, blah blah blah. If you shoot the unsuspecting trooper, go to 8. Okay, I'm gonna shoot. If you have not written Trooper Wary, go to 28. If you have written Trooper Wary, go to 34. 28. I wonder if some of these options can't handle several avenues. Several origins. Okay, you get your shot off before the trooper can respond. Your blaster skill is 5D plus 1. This is a pretty easy shot. The difficult number is 10, which is short distance, not point blank. Point blank is 5. Roll 5 dice and add 1 to the total. If the result is 10 or more, you hit and stagger the trooper. If you hit the trooper, you dash past the trooper into the grav tube, hit the controls to shut the tube door, uh, and grope for your lucky vessel beast foot. Right intruder reported, and go to 7. Okay. If you miss the trooper, he recalls alarm. All right, so let's roll the dice. So 5D1, we're hoping for 10 or more on that roll. So let's grab 5 dice here. Let's use the tray for this one. More than 2, 3 or so, I'll use the tray. Okay, so we are on, let's see, where are we at? 28. Go. And here we go. We're hoping for 10. 5D plus 1. We are easily over 10. Okay. So that's a hit, obviously. If you hit the trooper, you dash past the trooper into the grav tube, hit the controls to shut the door, grope for your lucky vessel beast foot, write intruder reported, and go to 7. Okay, so intruder reported. So now we might have attention on our tail. All right, go to 7. We're going back a page or two. Yep. All right, so now we are back at 7. There we go. You float upwards to a blast door. Imperial graphics indicate it's a command deck. You twist the grav tube, control to neutral. The blast door opens. Beyond them, a corridor leads right and left. The infirmary should be to the right. Across the corridor are open blast doors leading to a darkened room. If you've written alarm triggered or intruder reported, go to 14. Right. So now we're in 14. All right. You hear troopers approaching from the right and left. If you run across the hall to hide in the darkened room, go to 17. If you wait in the grav tube to ambush the troopers, I'm going to go run across the hall and hide. So 17. So now we're in 17 here. Okay. You lean against the bulkhead in the dark. clasping the blaster two-handed and trying to control your breathing in a brightly lit corridor outside. Two stormtroopers pause before the door. They peer in, then one gestures to the other side. Check this room, a voice rasped. And the set for stun. The commander wants this for questioning. Wants this one for questioning. One trooper continues down the corridor. The other steps cautiously into the dark room. If you hide and observe, go to 19. If you shoot the trooper searching if you shoot the searching trooper once he's inside the darkened room with you, go to 20. Wonder if we choose 19, we might encounter melee. So whether or not I'm making the best options, I want to try every rule possible. So let's go to 19. I'll bump that up to 2 here by 2. 19. If you look around quickly for a hiding place as the trooper, you look around quickly for a hiding place as the trooper cautiously enters the room. Your hide and sneak skill is 3D. The trooper search skill is 2D. Roll 3 dice, that's your roll, then roll 2 dice for the trooper. If your roll is higher than or equal to the trooper's, he's careless, search failed, or you're found a great hiding place. The trooper leaves and continues down the corridor away from the infirmary. You leave the room and head for the infirmary and go to 16. If your roll is higher, if the trooper rolls higher, he spots you, go to 21. Okay, so what I'll do is get some red dice for the trooper. Okay, got some red dice here. So we are still on 19. This thing is very handy. You guys might not be able to see it, but it's kind of on this space right here, this spot. Okay, so we're gonna roll our hide and seek, our basically our Kevin Home Alone skill. Actually, that'll be more for contraptions. So let's see what let's see what that's hiding. Dexterity, perception, hide and seek is 3D. Okay, so 3D, and then the trooper is 2D. So we're gonna roll this, and we have to roll equal to or higher than 6. Oh, that's a 1 there. So 8. These are Warhammer dice, if you see the skull there. So 8, 9, and oh wow, we just got it. Look at that. So 9, 8. Oh, yep, 9. We got it. Okay, we just got it equal to. So if your roll is higher than or equal to, you leave the room and head for the infirmary. 16. So we go back a little bit here to 16. Right here. You peel around you peer around the corner, peel around, yeah, with Tokyo Drift. You peer around the corner down a long corridor. You see a single trooper standing outside the infirmary. Tough shot from here, you think, I'm assuming. If you test your marksmanship with this long range shot, go to 38. If you try to bluff your way up to the trooper for a sure shot, go to 39. I'm going to have some fun and do 38. Let's be careless here. Not role playing character. 38 is our option we're going to be doing here. So I'm going to jump to 38, which is right there. Okay, so I'll put that right there for you guys, the reference. All right. You take your time, brace, aim, take a deep breath, and squeeze the trigger. Because you've spent some time preparing, you get to roll 1d more than your normal blaster skill of 5d1. So roll 6 dice and add 1 to the roll. It's a tough shot, though. The number of difficulty is 20. Okay, let's roll it. So if you roll 20 or more, and then if you roll 9, you're less. So we have now 6 dice plus 1. Let's take out that red die here. Let's get our 6 dice together and roll that pool. This will be 20 or more. We have 5, 2 4s. That's 8. And we have 3 here. Right there. 3, 3, and 2. So 5, 9, 13, 16, 19, 20, 21. Another close shave. So if you roll 20 or more, you get a bullseye, and the trooper drops like a rock. You scamper up cheerfully, punch the infirmary security code, and drag the trooper into their infirmary. Go to 42. All right, time check. So far, so good. 42. You go to the infirmary door, punch the security code, and drag the trooper inside. Troopers inside. There's one trooper. Hawk lies on a pallet tended by a medical droid, one leg elevated in a healing sheath. Hi, old buddy. Nice place you got here. You say as you scan the infirmary. Sorry, we got to check out. Got any luggage? Hawk smiles grimly with the bum leg. Fancy athletics are out of the question. No problem, old buddy. I'll just carry you. Rourke, this is not a very good plan. Everyone's a critic. Everybody's a critic. Let's move, huh? Come on, Tommy Wiseau there. Let's move, huh? What a blaster, Mark. Uh, you leave your friend over your shoulder and Trump out of the infirmary. Go to 26. 26 is where we're going to go. I just said that. 26 is a little pure-ish. Okay, out the front door. You got a better idea? They'll seal the exits when they find out I'm gone. What, do you expect me to claw my way out through the hole or something? No, but it's not too much to ask that you think, is it? Nice talk for a rescue guy being carried out by a heroic buddy. If you try to leave the way you entered via grav tube for the transport deck, go to 30. Try to find another exit, go to 29. So we're kind of hesitating here. We're trying to choose our options. Let's do the latter in 29. So do 29, find another exit. This might delay the adventure a bit. Okay, let's see. Time check, 21 minutes. All right. Well, is there a way out of the ship that as Imperials would never expect? Would try fire out a torpedo port? Bad idea. You try to think of a future of M-class ships that would allow you to escape. Your technology skill code is 2D plus 1. The difficulty number is 10. Roll 2 dice and add 1 to the total. Okay. Roll 2 dice and add 1 to the total. 7, 8. That does not succeed. So, yeah. It throws, and nonetheless, the best idea you come up with is going out the way you came in, through the grav tube and out the boarding ramp. Go to 30. Okay, so that did not work out. That probably was a whole chapter. You leave the infirmary, sneak back to the grav tube, make it to the transport deck without encountering any troopers. Okay, 31. Um, Two land speeders sit near the open cargo ramp. If you pile into one and leave the other one alone, go to 35. You take the time to disable the other land speeder before you leave, go to 36. Oh, let's have some fun with that one. 36. So we don't get followed. Our character is smart. The moment you fool, the land speeder alarm sounds, the cargo ramp closes before you make your escape, and the second transport is crawling with troopers. Resistance is pointless, so you charge them. The Imperial officer stands negatively over your paralyzed bodies. Dissatisfied with your accommodations, he politely injures. Perhaps we have something more to your liking. Uh-oh, okay, I really messed up on this one. Um, at the bottom here, the two of you are securely bound and jammed into a rather small closet. The heavy blast doors close with solid sounding clunk. It's dark. Hawk's healing. Let's see. Sorry, looking away. It's dark, and Hawk's healing sheath is crushing your toes. Okay. Here's another fine mess you got us into. Stop, stop griping. Now here's my plan. Don't fret. We're sure that they'll get us out somehow. We'll sure to get us out somehow, but it's time to get back to learning the rules. Once you're learning how to play the game, you can figure out how to get them out of here. Go to 47, okay? 47. All right. Uh, all right. So, okay, now you can see how it's done. Whether you take an important action, you use one of your skills or attributes, you look at your sheet, find your code with that skill or attribute, and roll the dice accordingly. If you roll equal to or higher than difficulty number, you succeed in your roll. In this adventure, provide difficulty numbers. The more difficult the task, the higher the difficulty number. When you're playing with others, the game master will tell you what the difficulty number is each time you try to roll something, try to do something. Sometimes he or she won't tell you. The game master will just decide and let you know whether your roll is high enough or not after you make it. One thing you should keep in mind when you start playing the game, your character is about as good as a normal person. A little better. Because you're a hero, you're trying something real tricky, fail a lot, but you'll fail a lot. Don't expect to be able to fly unscathed through an asteroid field or dodge fire of an entire stormtrooper squad. Han, Luke, and Leia can pull that off, but maybe one day you'll be that good too, and you'll have to play a long time before you get to that stage. Okay, so there you go. I mean, I did mess up. They got captured, but I'm sure in a sequel they can figure out. They didn't die. At least if I'm reading that right. But yeah, we screwed up. I was trying to be smart and mess with the other speeder to get make sure we don't get followed. I was thinking that, but we were in such a rush that we got caught. Again, if I did that right in line of events, but I did not expect this to finish within 30 minutes, but again, it is a short adventure, one shot with about 47 options. So I think that's good for now. I hope you guys enjoyed. I've never played this game on camera. I don't think I have. But again, I've read through the book before a while back. I've had the first edition. I do have the second edition, but I like to try the originals in different franchises. So uh, that's really it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. And this did help me a little bit in learning the game. But again, the game is quite simple. One thing I want to grasp is combat because there are some steps to it that's not too complicated, like GURPS or something. So, at least in a similar era of RPGs. But perfect timing on my part, and I hope you guys did enjoy this. Feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.